Cult of Aeon Exotics have been given a needed buff in Season of the Chosen, and the benefits of using these exotics are much clearer and easier to coordinate now given the revamp. And today I'm going to go over the changes, the new mods and also the roles that Bungie are testing out. It's a really cool concept and it gets deeper into builds with our Guardian and paired up with other weapons and mods. These Aeon Exotics are going to be very effective for you and your fire team in endgame PVE activities. Well, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. Well, Aeon Exotic Armour was originally introduced in the Curse of Osiris expansion way back in 2017 near the start of Destiny 2. So there's one for each class. You've got the Aeon Safe for Titans, the Aeon Swift for Hunters, and the Aeon Soul for Warlocks. And the idea for these was everyone in a fire team uses the gloves, and then when you use certain abilities, you'd refund other ability energy to fire team members also wearing the Aeon Exotics. The idea was sound, but it was pretty difficult to execute and get enough people together with the exotics and coordinate all wearing them at the same time. Well, given this was the case, the Aeon Exotics are hardly used, and therefore Bungie wanted to revamp them. So Bungie updated the community before Season of the Chosen started, and they wanted to focus on 3 goals for the exotics. So create role-based mechanics that reward you for doing the things that your role is supposed to be good at. Create mechanics that reward other players on your fire team when you fulfill your role, and give your fire team an incentive for each player to take on a different role. So instead of having a singular monolithic exotic perk to handle it, Bungie opted to take a page out of the Armour 2.0 book and give the Aeon Cult Exotics their own unique mod socket and mods as well, and they're all unlocked as soon as you acquire the exotic, and of each which is tied to the different Aeon Cult roles. And those mods are identical across all of the exotics for all 3 classes, so you can choose any role regardless of what class or subclass you are playing. So the Aeon Exotic Armour gauntlets have been updated, so they may just be sitting in your vault in this new state, or you can pick up from Zur on Fridays, and he was selling the Hunter gloves last Friday. Well, the Aeon Exotics do have a couple of overlapping buffs going on, so if you've got a regular bunch of friends or clanmates who run activities, then it's going to be very worthwhile coordinating with the Aeon Exotics. Well, next up, let's have a look at the new mods. So first of all, we've got Sect of Force. So rapid precision hits with a weapon temporarily increase your reload speed and weapon swap speed. And also, when you stun a champion or defeat a boss or a mini-boss, your nearby fire team members gain a burst of grenade or melee energy. So Aeon Cult allies who do not have the Sect of Force role equipped also gain a burst of super energy. Well, the Sect of Force is going to help you out with reload and weapon swap speed. This is also going to be good for grenade and melee ability when you face champions. So the benefit here for non-Aeon wearers, including the burst of super energy, which is going to be very, very helpful. Therefore, these gloves are going to be really, really good going into Legend or Master Lost Sectors, Legend and Master Nightfalls, and also Grandmaster Nightfalls too, as you're going to come across plenty of champions. Well, next up, we've got the Sect of Insight. And with this one, you get successive precision weapon takedowns, have a chance to drop an orb of power for your allies. And also, when using a finisher on an elite, you generate special ammo for your fire team. When you use a finisher on a boss or a mini-boss, you generate heavy ammo for your fire team, and nearby Aeon Cult allies who do not have the Sect of Insight role equipped also gain bonus weapon damage for a short time. The Sect of Insight is all about supporting your fire team through orb generation. That's going to help you get your super nice and quickly, or through generating special and heavy ammo. And fire team members without the Sect of Insight get weapon damage. Well, finally, we've got the Sect of Vigor. So here, gain class ability energy as your allies die, and gain full class ability energy when you resurrect an ally. And also, when you cast your super, nearby allies gain an instant burst of healing, with Aeon Cult allies who do not have the Sect of Vigor role equipped also gain an overshield. So Sect of Vigor is all about healing and protecting your fire team. You gain the class ability when others die and when you resurrect them. And then you also get the full class ability back. The healing burst with your super is nice, and for those who don't have the Sect of Vigor, well, then they get an overshield. So out of the 3 armour mods, personally I found the Sect of Force and the Sect of Insight the best when I've been running Nightfalls. So with the Sect of Force and the grenade and the melee energy gains, they're really useful. And with the sheer number of champions in these activities, it means you're pretty much going to be having grenades and melees up constantly. If you pair with something like weapons with Demolitionist and Wellspring, well, you're going to be absolutely onto a winner. So it is worth having a look at the artifact mods too, so something like Surge Detonators is going to be really good for an Arc subclass and disrupting Overload champions. Grenades aren't going to be the only main benefit though, as in PVE content you do have to be patient and wait things out, so you could be dropping a barricade if you're a Titan, or a well if you're a Warlock. It's going to be a really useful tool to have in your back pocket for those tricky moments. With the Sect of Insight, the generation of special and heavy ammo, it's definitely going to come in use, and you can combine finishers also with getting charged with light with a mod empowered finish. And the fact that you can freely generate ammo is going to be really useful for you and your fire team, and definitely shouldn't be overlooked. Well, I've been running Nightfalls with the Sect of Force, but I also bolstered this with some Warmind cells and some charged with light mods to make it extra destructive. So here's a quick build I've been using on my Titan, and this one has been a lot of fun in Nightfall content this week. So I'm using Middle Tree Striker, I'm using the Aeon Safe with the Sect of Force. For the weapons I'm using the Seraph Carbine, Salvager's Salvo and Anarchy in the power slot. And for the mods I'm using Elemental Ordnance, Elemental Charge, Font of Wisdom and High Energy Fire. So in the build I'm going to be getting immediate benefits from the increased reload speed and the weapon swap speed due to the Sect of Force. And if my fire team has also got the Aeon Armour, they're going to benefit from the grenade and the melee energy. That coupled with Warmind cells for extra damage being produced by the Kinetic Carbine and the Elemental Well mods, going to be really useful for boosting my super energy. Salvager's Salvo has Demolitionist and Chain Reaction, plus the out damage we're going to be getting from Anarchy makes this a really useful build for PVE content. What I would do though is try out the different Aeon Exotics and let me know what you think, plus which role you like taking on. So don't overlook the buffed Aeon Exotics this season. They're pretty good now, and I like the fact that we get to take on team roles. You know, this has always been the case, of course, and we could spec our armour and weapons into these roles before, but now we're getting options for deeper builds and going more into the RPG nature of Destiny's potential, and I do like what I'm seeing. Well, let me know what you think of the Aeon Exotic armour buffs down there in the comments, and that is it for this Aeon Exotic armour guide in Destiny 2, and as always, thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again, see you soon.